Hey everyone, this is Sean Butner, Certified High Performance Coach, and here to talk about what are the 5 pillars of high performance. What is this crazy thing that we call high performance? As you can see, I'm in my swanky studio / bedroom, and just wanted to do this quick live video for you, explaining a little bit about what I've been up to, what I've been doing, and how I got here, and how it can actually help you in your life find more in your career, find more in your health, deepen your relationships, or just help your general well-being, because ultimately, isn't that what we want? A higher quality of life, a little bit more feeling like we're human and experiencing things and not just watching things pass us by, or we're stuck in a rut with whatever going on. So, first off, high performance is defined through the High Performance Institute as consistently beating what's ever normal in your life without destroying your relationships and life in the process. So basically without burning out. And being in tech for over 13 years, I saw that a ton. Before I became a coach, I was a software engineer and project manager and wore all the hats that go along with tech, working for Walmart, working for Apple. And there was this prevalent culture, and with Walmart, it felt like more like an older, structured corporation. Apple's a bit newer, a little bit more less corporate, I guess, but still corporate, and however that works out, if you understand what I'm saying. But in both cases, you'd have people that their whole purpose was for the company, and they neglected their family, they neglected their health, they neglected a lot of different things that eventually would catch up with them. And it was really heartbreaking to see this, and to see that people couldn't say no, or didn't feel like they could say no, when it's like, hey, this is going to be the 5th month where we're going to be working weekends straight, or hey, I know you put in 120 hours this week, we're going to need you to come in and pretend like nothing happened, like you don't have a life outside of work. And you do that to people enough and it breaks them. That's the best way to describe it. Is if you've ever worked in large corporations and have noticed people that have been completely burned out, people that were completely broken, then you know what I'm talking about. And there's more to life than that. And that's how high performance can actually help, because when you're not really clear about your life, or you don't have the energy to perform what you got to perform, or you're not courageous enough to say no more, I need a break, I need to do laundry, I need to cook and eat and stuff like that, that's when you can have the big life change. And that's how you can get into a life that you feel more engaged in, more joyous in, more confident in, when you can operate from a high performance standpoint. So there's 5 different pillars that we talk about in high performance that really help people get to that next level, help them feel more confident, feel more engaged, feel more joy in their day-to-day life. And what are those 5 areas? Well, the first one I talked about a little bit, it's clarity, and it's simply just living into your best self and what you want your best self to be. So for me, my words are creative, optimistic, and present. And those words are important to me because it's things that my parents taught me growing up, to always look at the bright side, always look at the silver lining of situations. It was, trying to, just see the funny side of things, because life can be really, really hilariously ridiculous if you're paying attention. And just to be present, because something that I've struggled with a lot in my life is being a lot in my head and not really maybe in the moment as much as I need it to be. And so that's a constant reminder, and I'm reminding myself every day to live into those 3 words for myself, so that I can feel like I'm my best self. And when that's the game, versus pleasing your boss, pleasing your spouse, pleasing your kids, it's something that can really, really transform your life. So 3 words. Journal yourself. Take some notes. Write down 3 words that best describe yourself and how you can live more into them. And I think you'll be surprised at how that can change how you feel about your life going forward. The second thing is we talk about energy, the second pillar of high performance, and that's all about feeling the physical and mental vibrancy that you deserve every day, but more importantly, so that you're ready to rise to the occasion when you need to serve your team, your family, your community, or your job. So how do you work on that? And there's a lot of different components on it. One of the easiest things I can have seen with my clients and friends and family and all that is just get enough sleep. Like, try to get 7 hours of sleep each night. And, there's people that'll say, like, oh, but I'm so awesome and strong, I can be like a Navy SEAL and only survive on 4 hours a night. And the thing with that is the Navy SEALs do that as part of their Hell Week, from my understanding, as a way to say, hey, you can live through this. But it's also, sleep deprivation is listed under the things that are against, crimes against humanity. No, it's basically listed as torture through international organizations. So why would you torture yourself? And if you asked your family and friends and coworkers and anyone that works with you, if you're one of those, 3 hours a night warriors, if they like interacting with you, and you don't get the like, oh yeah, you're awesome, you get like, yeah, you're okay, then I think, just try getting enough sleep sometime and see how that changes your relationships, because it could be really impactful. So the third pillar of high performance that we like to talk about is courage, and that's all about sharing your ideas, speaking up for yourself, putting your foot down when you need to, if it's like with the kids or whatever. And we don't talk about courage in society as much anymore, and it's something that's really direly needed. People being able to rise above kind of the noise that's in the news, and it doesn't matter your political affiliation, it's a lot of noise, and to really just be in your own power. A lot of people, I feel, and I've noticed, aren't in their power enough, and we have way more control over what's going on than we realize. So you definitely, when you think about courage maybe in your life, if you haven't in a while, it's maybe, is there someone in your life that is really, you've had to have that really tough conversation with, and you haven't yet? And going forward and just having that tough conversation, one, will unload a lot of emotion in your mind, and two, it might change things for the better, and then you're living in a better situation, you're going to be performing even higher. So that's the third pillar, is courage. The first two, again, were clarity and energy. We just talked about courage. The next one is productivity, and that is simply just mastering what is going to move the needle forward in your life and what is kind of stealing away from your attention and focus on that, as distractions like Facebook. And I realize the irony of doing a Facebook Live and mentioning that, but like Netflix, or when you do kind of like the mindless scrolling thing, that's taking away of time that you could be perfecting your craft, perfecting your art, connecting deeper with your family and friends. And it's super important that we're constantly thinking about that and being more strategic about how we spend our time, because, when it's time to be with friends and family or to goof off, like, do that 100% and enjoy it. But when it's time to step up and serve your community, serve your customers, serve your team, you go and do that too. So that's what we talk about productivity. And, questions you can ask yourself are like, where am I wasting time, or where am I spending time doing something that isn't moving my life forward, my life's work, or what am I doing that's busy work that's not my life's work, is another way to talk about that. So ask yourself that question. The fifth pillar of high performance is influence in relationships, and this is simply having the quality relationships that you need to achieve your purpose, achieve your goals, lead the team better, create those win-win situations. Because I know a lot of people, when you talk about influence, you talk about persuasion, they're like, oh, you're like the yucky salesperson from the 80s that just that stuff doesn't work anymore, where the information is asymmetrical. Like, the salespeople know more about the product than you, and they can pull one over on you. Like, Google kind of equalized that. So you have access to information, and everyone has access to information that can help prevent you from being taken advantage of in that. Which means when it comes to, hey, you should listen to that song that I wrote, you should listen to that piece of art that I created, or you should watch that piece of art that I created, or we should, hey, engage in my business, or hey, I really did this cool code, you should use it because it's really awesome. We're in this era now where everyone is sort of a salesman. There's not like there are specialized people, but at some point in your career, you're going to have to convince someone to be on your project or to use the thing that you made, and it's a much easier time to sell, which is like, hey, you have this problem, I have this cool thing that solves this problem, or whether that's entertainment or physical or actual something, and use this will be awesome, let me know if you like it, right? Super easy, super simple, super laid back, and it's more of a service and problem focused type of influence building than it was just trying to win. So those are the 5 pillars of high performance: clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. If you focus on these 5 areas in your life, we believe as the high performance community that you will see better outcomes in your life, whether that's achievement, success, just feeling happier every day. These are some of the side effects of focusing on your personal development. So I hope you really enjoyed that. If you're interested in doing a little bit deeper dive one-on-one, I do have some coaching slots open. And so if you go to www.sean.coach, there's a video and an application you can fill out that helps me kind of gauge where you're at, see how serious you are with going through this process. But it helps ground your mind in high performance, gets you thinking about it so you're ready for the call, lets me prep for the call to kind of hit points that I think will help benefit you. We come up with a plan with some tangible strategies for you to go out and implement and rock it. And then after that, we'll talk about if you want to do group coaching or individual coaching. But the whole goal of the call predominantly is to make sure you walk out with a plan, feeling like you learned something and feeling like you can, charge forth even quicker in your life towards whatever you're working on. So, hope you enjoyed this video, this live video. I'll be doing these a lot more. And I'll catch you guys later. So, take care.